Assalamu alaikum students, how are you all? I hope you all will be fine. So students, we are going to start parts of speech. What are they, why we use them, what is the purpose of them, all these things will be discussed in detail. So before starting this, I want to tell you and I would like to share with you why we use part of speech. As I give you more simpler example, as you can relate with yourself as well. You have learned in your junior classes parts of body. Do you remember them? That's how we learned what is the function of each organ. So it's the same, like you can say same in this way. We gonna see कि जो आपके पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच हैं वो कैसे रिलेट करते हैं, हाउ दे आर रिलेटिंग, वाई वी आई एम रिलेटिंग इट विद योर पार्ट्स ऑफ body, as your each organ has different function to perform, and I perform seeing function which is not done by your hand or your finger or your on or with your legs. So in by the same way, similarly, I will attach it or I will link it that each part of speech has its own function and you cannot replace it with any other thing. Okay, so parts of speech are, as it is clear from your title as well, it's a part of of a speech, that what I am saying, whatever I am talking to you, it's a sentence. I am giving you some points, I am telling you some ideas, I am teaching you here. So these are sentences, and for making these sentences I am using words. And how I know where to put this word that I am saying. Are you listening? How I know that I am to use are in the at the beginning of a sentence, and then you listening, what is listening, and are, and why we apply a question mark, and all these things which I am speaking it is based on on some rules. Whatever I am saying, it is senseful, it is making sense. As you remember, if you watched and you remember the definition of sentence, I have made a video or a video lecture on that as well. That a sentence is a group of words which make complete sense. Okay, when a group of words is giving you complete sense, then it is called a sentence. If it is not doing the thing, I mean to say, if it is not giving you sense, then it's not sentence. It may be a group of words, but when it's not conveying complete sense, it's not falls in the category of sentence. Let's make it clear for you with example. If I say door close, it is making sense. Like, change the example. If I say is sky is blue sky. Now see, these three words are connecting together, although they are like a group of words, but they are not giving you sense if you replace their places. If you say sky is blue, now it's giving you sense, because sky is at its proper place as a subject, as a noun. Is your helping verb, and blue can be your adjective or part of your sentence. So for these things you must know how to put the correct part of speech there. If I am not putting correct part of speech over a sentence, then they are not giving you sense. So parts of speech are too much important, and they have significant in this regard, that if you don't know how to use noun and where to use noun, then you are not gonna speak that language. If you see in your Urdu language as well, whenever you speak you make a sense. If you are not making a sense, then no one is able to understand you, what are you saying. So without further getting late, let's move to the definitions and to the illustrations of parts of speech. Then it will gonna clear all of the you can say mess up that is in your mind, and all the confusion and curiosities as well. So let's move on. There are 8 parts of speech, and each part of speech functions is different from from the rest of part of speech. They are 8 in number: noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. We will discuss them one by one, and you will see how we use them in sentences and what are they, why we use them. So, what are our learning objectives? In this lesson, we will be learning about the 8 parts of speech. You will learn the definitions and be able to identify the different part of speech in examples and sentences. So, these are your noun, verb, pronoun. You can replace their uh, you can replace their places. I mean to say, if you are discussing noun first, it doesn't matter that we should use noun firstly and at the end we use interjection. We can use any of I can tell you any of the definition as I like, okay, randomly. I mean to say, I can tell all the definitions randomly. But before going towards the illustrations, let me tell you an overview of what they are, and why we use them. Then with by keeping something in some these points in your mind, then you will be able to see and clarify more ideas by illustration that we will see in this video, that is that we are going to continue. So noun, what is the main job? As I told you that each part of our body, each organ has its own function. So it's just the same way, noun has its own function or its own job. The main job of noun is name a person, place or thing, or idea as well. The examples are lady, road, tree, love, dream, pencil. What are pronouns? Take the place of noun. As you can see the prefix pro before noun. So what is it does, it takes the place of noun, it is used instead of noun, you can say as well. So examples are he, she, it, you, we. In purple row you can see verbs, and what is the purpose of verb? Express action or state of being. Examples are ran, flew, trip, was, is, short, jumps. Adjective, describe a noun, modifies a noun, or describes a noun. Both definition can be used. New, shiny, fair, true, funny. Adverb, describe or modify a verb, an adjective or another adverb. Quickly, rapidly, precisely, often, and in ly. Adverb mostly ends in ly, like quickly, rapidly, um, beautifully. All these such kind of words falls in the category of adverb. Now it's time to discuss preposition. Preposition establish a relationship between the noun and the rest of the sentence. It shows a relation between the noun and the pronoun in simpler way. Over, around, through, during, according to, above, beside, all these are your preposition. And what is conjunction? Conjunction connect two words, phrases and clauses, and, but, are, we, however, moreover, or the. All these are your examples. Interjection express some surprise or other emotion or some sudden feelings, as you say, oh my god, light has gone, oh yes, we have won the match, wow, it's so yummy, like all such words. So now we are going to read definition of each part of speech, and as well as we will see the illustration or animated description of animated, you can also call it a description or a example of the your what is we are talking about. We are talking about noun or part of speech. A noun, a word that represents a person, place, or thing or idea. Noun, every name we will call a noun. For example, a rose, a doll, a hen, a crown. Rose, doll, hen, crown, all these are your noun. There are further classification of noun proper noun, common noun, abstract noun, all such things, but we are not going to discuss them in this video or in this lecture. We will have another video on these things as well, on these parts of these classification as well. But I want to just tell you there are two types of noun, common and proper. Okay, and as we read that pronouns takes a place of noun. Okay, they are used instead of noun. And what are the words that we use instead of noun? These are is, me, she, we, they, who, that, yours, his, her, it, etc. She or her, them or they, it, all these are your pronoun. For a singular person we use I. For singular person singular sorry for singular plural we use for singular we use I. For plural we use we are more than one person. You is your pronoun. You is used in both cases, for singular and for plural as well, as you can see in this picture as well. She is used for a girl. He is used for a he is used for a boy. They are they the word or the pronoun they is used for more than one person, and it is used for a non-living thing or as well as some birds or animals. Okay, so what are verbs? A verb is a word that shows action, that perform action. Okay, so you can see a jumping girl, the baby sleeps, a man eats a burger. So jumping is your verb, sleeps is your verb, and eats is also your verb because it's show an action. There are some classroom verbs that we use in our class, as teach, as I am teaching you right now, think, spell, give, study, read, cut, experiment, observe, listen, play, sing, say, draw, count, calculate, open, close, paint, show, explain, ask. All these are actions. That's why they are called verb. What is an adverb? An adverb is a word used to modify or describe or to tell something about a noun, a verb, an adjective or another adverb. You can see by its title that adverb mean to add something to the verb. Okay, you can remember this by this shortcut or this imagination, that adverb like to add something to the verb. Examples are I will eat later. The verb later modifies the verb eat. Okay, eat is your verb, later is modifying or describing the verb. We can also say I will eat slowly. Slowly is also describing eat is your verb, so slowly is describing verb. That's why it's become adverb of manner. The place was strangely quiet. The verb strangely modifies the adjective quiet. Now here quiet is your adjective, not your verb. Okay. Third is he is almost always busy. The verb almost modifies the adverb always. Okay. So now in in, in these three example, the first one was it was enhancing or it was describing the verb. The adverb was describing the verb. In second example, the adverb was modifying or describing the adjective, and in third example the verb was modifying the adverb itself. Okay, as we discussed that it will modify a verb, adjective and another adverb. Adverbs examples are girl learns quickly, this is a very sweet mango, Peter reads quite clearly. So all these cases you can see that adverb is adding something to verb, adverb, or to an adjective. Okay, here are some points that is answered by an adverb. When an adverb describe a words and it tells when, where, how and how often. When, where, how and how often it answers such questions. Okay, Adjective, now we are going to start adjective, which is a part of speech as well. An adjective is a word that describes a noun or that modifies a noun in the same way as adverb was modifying verb, adverb, or an adjective. So the purpose of adjective is to modify a noun. It only modify a noun, it doesn't modify adverb. Okay, so you can see some examples: funny clown, hot place, broken egg. So we read that noun is a name of person, place, or thing. Funny clown. Funny is describing the noun clown. Clown is name of a person. Okay. So clown is in the verb. Sorry, the word clown, which is a noun, it is modifying by funny. Funny is an adjective. A hot desert. Desert is a place, and hot is adjective, it is describing the place with what kind of place does it is a hot place. Broken egg. Egg is a noun, broken is your adjective because it is describing your noun, and it becomes a thing because an egg is a thing. Busy mom, red apple, shiny penny, fun park, smelly garbage, thirsty camel, quiet library, old man, pretty princess, quiet church, sleepy dragon, and sad boys. All these nouns are modifying by a adjective. It's too easy. If you do a practice, if you practice for 2 to 3 times, then you will be able to learn that what is an adjective and what the function of an adjective. It just enhance, or you can say it's modify or describe a noun. Okay, now we are coming towards preposition. The function of preposition is to relate to show the relationship between a noun or pronoun, and these words are called preposition: in front of, behind, next to, between, on, over, under, in. These are words that shows the relation between a noun or pronoun. For example, I say the cat is in front of the box. The cat is your noun, and your box is also a noun in the sentence. If you make a sentence in your mind, the cat is in front of a house, or a box. So in front of is the relationship between these two nouns, cat and other noun is box. Okay, the cat is behind the box, the cat is next to the box, the cat is between the boxes. So all these words are preposition, as they show the relationship between noun and pronoun. As you can see here, what are the animals, where are the animals? Complete the sentences with the correct preposition. So what you are going to do now, you are going to place correct preposition in these blanks. Okay, the frog is dashed a table. Where is the frog? Now you are going to tell where is it. Is it on the table, under the table, behind the table, in front of the table? By looking these pictures, you are going to fill these blanks, and it's your task. No matter if you done it wrong at one time, you will succeed after your attempts, because try it again till you succeed, and practice makes a man perfect. Don't forget, don't feel shy or hesitate or afraid as well, because most of the student petrified by thinking that I cannot do this, it's so difficult, it's not easy for me to handle this. No, you are not going to think like this. You are just going to put your effort. You will see that maybe all of these examples may not be correct. If you are putting wrong preposition, then what you are going to learn? If you are putting some correct one, then you will definitely be more strength to learn more, or to work more hard. So don't give up, and don't feel hesitate or shy while doing this at your home. It's your task. You are going to put words. You can take help of your elders as well. Okay, English preposition lists. So here is the list. If you can remember, then do remember all of these words, that these words belong to the preposition. These are the prepositions. Okay, and whenever you see in a sentence such words, you will quickly identify that this is a preposition because it's showing a relation between a noun and pronoun. This example is for your illustration and for making you more clear things that what are preposition. And there are further classification of preposition, compound and complex. We will do another video on them, but this time I am just telling you the brief and short and easiest definition of all these things. We are not going into the classification and types of parts of speech. We are just having a uh, short view of all of these things. So I in previously I told you some verbal example, but now you can see some example here written here. The book is on the table, the book is beneath the table, the book is leaning against the table, the book is beside the table, the she held the book over the table, she read the book during class. So in these sentences, on, beneath, leaning against, behind, over, during, all these are your preposition. In each of the preceding sentences, a preposition locates a noun book in space or time. It's tell it, as I told you, it just show the relationship. Okay, so it is showing the relationship between the book and the table. Where is the book? On the table or beneath the table, aside the table. All those things are describing the relationship. So what is a conjunction? As it is clear from the word itself, it seems like combining something. So the same purpose is done by a conjunction. A conjunction is a joining words. we are we use conjunctions to join two words, phrases, clauses together to make one long sentence. And, as, if, when, because, of, yet, for. So all such kind of words that are connecting two sentences, two words or two phrases, two clauses to making a more long sentence, then they fall into category of conjunction because it's combined. For is used for because or it is also used for since, and is used for addition. Not is used for not, but is for however, or, either, yet, but, so, therefore. See some examples. I have to find a job, for I am unemployed. So in these two sentences, the red word is for, which is your conjunction. If you remove it, then you can see these are two sentences. I have to find a job, I am unemployed. They are giving you complete sense. If I remove conjunction from them, they are giving you complete sense. But if I add conjunction in them, we make a longer sentence. I am a husband and a father. So and is joining these two you can say words, a husband and a father. Okay, this time it's not joining two sentences, it is joining two words. Okay, in the first example it was connecting or combining two sentences, but in second example it is combining two words, father and husband. Neither my parents nor my friends spotted me. Okay, I have got a home but I haven't a car. Which color do you like, red or blue? Tom plays basketball well, yet his favorite sport is football. Such like this you are going to see. It's too easy that conjunction combine phrases, words or sentences. Okay, and here we are on our last part of speech, which is interjection. Interjection are words used to express some sudden feelings or emotions, like you say, oh my god, the light is off, as I have given you earlier this example. Interjections, here is the list, and at the right side of your slide you can see oh hello, who. All of such words that you use to express your feelings are for are falls in the categories of conjunction. Examples are, oh my, you lost a tooth, Jimmy, ouch, don't bite Tommy, well, I don't plan on serving snack until later. Wow, someone did a very good job on her art project. Like such kind of word that comes, it mostly comes in the front at the beginning of your sentence, and after this word you are supposed to add an exclamation mark, because exclamation mark itself is a indication of some feeling or sudden emotion. Okay, I hope you liked and you enjoyed it. At the end of this lesson, I have a task for all of you. What kind of words they are? So it is starting from here, start, and then you can see there is a word mother, then there is a word does, then skip 4 spaces, 4 spaces, leave 4 spaces and go toward its this one. He, knew. All of these words belongs to your part of speech. You are going to name that part of speech. You will tell which part of speech it is. If I say the first one, I done it for you, then you will be able to understand what I am trying to say to you. The mother is a noun because it's a name of person. Okay, it's a noun. Then there is does is a helping verb, or you can say it's auxiliary verb. Third is, then after leaving 4 spaces, you can see he is your pronoun. So this is the task that you are going to do now. You can take a screenshot of this page or this clip, then you will see that you will write down on your pages which category the word belong. Okay, it's your task, and I hope you will do best. And just remember my previous advice that you are going not going to hesitate or feel that I cannot do this, but you can do this because it's too easy. And as I told you in a simpler or illustrated way,